So I'm one of those individuals that leans towards the cashback side of the credit card game. I also prefer cards that are straightforward. By straightforward, I mean a flat rate cashback card rather than a card that has spending categories that you have to remember. So that means I'm always looking for the best flat rate cashback card. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the best flat rate cashback cards in my opinion. So let's get into it. So for this video, I'm going to start off with the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, which I'm assuming might not be the most popular due to its issuer, Wells Fargo, which, fun fact, Wells Fargo was actually my first bank account, and the reason why I switched from Wells Fargo is one, their high yield savings account, and then two, they have a minimum balance that you need to have in your bank at all times. And not that the minimum balance was an issue, but if you ever went under it, you would be charged a fee, and I didn't like that. But I do think the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card is a very good card. You can earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on all purchases. You also have zero intro APR for the first 15 months of having this card, which I think is extremely interesting. You have cell phone protection, zero liability protection, and you also have security features when you have this card. So I think that's a pretty good card. I don't see really anything wrong with the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. It's actually a card I would be interested in getting myself because it is a no annual fee card. So it's one of the things that I see a plus on. So I do know there's a lot of negative stuff about Wells Fargo, but I don't see any issues with this card in my own opinion. Also, you can earn $200 when you spend $500 within the first 3 months of opening the card, which if you can hit that naturally, that's just the extra $200 from a sign-on bonus from a credit card, which is definitely a plus. So me all around, if you ask me about the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, I actually think is a really good credit card, and I don't see why it wouldn't be a good addition to your wallet. The next card I want to talk about on the list is the PayPal Cashback Mastercard. I actually have the business version of this, and the personal version is a little bit different from the business version, not too much different, but the business version actually has more perks in my own opinion from what I see. I don't have the personal version, so I don't really know all the bells and whistles, but from what I did research, you get 3% cash back on any PayPal purchases. You get 2% cash back on all other purchases. This card has no annual fees, which if you watch any of my other credit card videos, I love cards with no annual fees. And then also there's no impact to your credit score if you go for a pre-approval for this card, which is a plus as well if you want to see if you're approved for the PayPal Cashback Mastercard. But there are a few downsides to the PayPal Cashback Mastercard, which are it does have foreign transaction fees, and they also do have late payment fees. So it's one of those things where shouldn't have to worry about it if you have another card in your wallet that you can use that doesn't have foreign transaction fees when you do leave the country. And as far as the late payment fees, you shouldn't be having late payments. I hope that nobody that watched this channel are having late payments, but in the event that you do, you will be charged a fee for that from the PayPal Cashback Mastercard. So if you purchase through PayPal a lot, then this is a beautiful card. I mean, you get 3% cash back anytime you purchase through PayPal. So that is a plus. But me personally, from the PayPal Business Mastercard, is not the best experience I had with the card. Not saying it's a bad card, but there's things I just don't like about it, which I talk about in this video over here, which I put over in the corner. And you could check that out after this video and you can kind of get a perspective. They're very similar, not the same card, but very similar. The next card on the list is the Citi Double Cash Card, which you get 2% cash back on all purchases, but it works a little different. So you get 1% cash back whenever you actually make the purchase, but you get the other 1% cash back whenever you pay off the purchase. And for anybody that has a credit card, you should understand what I'm talking about, because when you actually buy something with your credit card, it has to do all the transactions between the bank and the merchant, and it has to go through the process until you then pay that balance off. So once you pay the balance off, you get the other 1% cash back from the Citi Double Cash Card in the form of thank you points, meaning you will earn 1 thank you point per dollar spent and 1 thank you point per dollar paid off. So it is a bit confusing, but for the most part, as long as you pay all your balances off in full, all your purchases will be 2% cash back from the Citi Double Cash card. So it is a really good flat rate credit card that I would recommend. I mean, I don't have it personally, but I heard a lot of good things about this card. It's a pretty good card. There's no annual fees with the Citi Double Cash card. Also, there is no cap to how many thank you points you can earn from those purchases and paying off your balances. So I think that's pretty cool from the Citi Double Cash card. Moving to one of my personal favorite credit cards. And of course, this credit card is not deemed the best. I don't know why it has the reputation it has, but I truly love this card. But we're going to be talking about the Apple card. And the reason why I felt like I should put the Apple card in this list is because it is a really good cashback card. I mean, you get 3% cash back from select merchants, and then you get 2% cash back whenever you use Apple Pay, and then you get 1% cash back on all other purchases, which I think is pretty great because I use Apple Pay almost everywhere I go. At this point, I don't even carry my wallet around to places because I know I'm going to use Apple Pay, and 9 times out of 10, the places I shop at offer Apple Pay, so I never have to settle for the 1% cash back. I can always get the 2% cash back from the Apple Pay. And me personally having the Apple card has no fees, no hidden ones either. I never had a fee from the Apple card, which the claims are very true. So no fees coming from the Apple card. And you receive your cash back in the form of daily cash, which you can actually have transferred to your Apple savings account if you open it. And it has a high yield savings account of 4.15%, which I think is amazing because I actually use the Apple savings account, and anytime I get any cash back, it goes straight to my daily cash, straight to my savings account, and it just compounds over time, which for anybody who likes to save money in the right places, I would say this is a very good high yield savings account. And the last card on the list, my all-time favorite, my personal favorite, is the SoFi credit card. But in order to get max value from this credit card, you do want to have a direct deposit to your SoFi bank account, which will then put you in the SoFi Plus program, which then you get all the bells and whistles. So I'm going to talk from a perspective as if you already have SoFi Plus. You would get 3% cash back on all purchases for the first year. After that year is up, you then go back to 2% cash back on all purchases. But you still do get 3% cash back when you use your SoFi credit card in the SoFi travel portal. This card has no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees. It actually do have late payment fees. So that is something you have to watch out for. It is a negative, but like I always say, you shouldn't have to worry about late payment fees, especially if you pay all your balances off in full, something I never worry about. So you shouldn't worry about it either because you just should pay your balances off in full, right? And when you're actually approved for the SoFi credit card, there's ways to actually make more money than the average credit card, because if you actually have the SoFi bank account, you get the offer of having SoFi points, which basically SoFi points is a way to earn more money through the SoFi bank account, which I made an entire video about this, which you could check out after this one if you want to earn more money. And also, if you use my link in the description to sign up for the bank or the credit card, you will get additional money. And I think it's safe to say no one would be upset with additional money. So check that out if you're interested in signing up for the card and you want to make a little extra money if you are approved. So those are the best flat rate cashback cards in my opinion. And of course, I'm sure there are a lot of good flat rate cashback cards that I missed, or even better than the ones I mentioned, but that's in my opinion. And before you sign up for any credit cards or do anything personal finance or anything that can affect your financial status, make sure you do your due diligence and you do a lot of research behind it. But with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next one.